it's Alyssa Darby Daisy. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. We are a mishmash channel, but we mostly do budgeting. My husband and I have two very young kids, and we are budgeting our way to paying off just under $10,000 worth of debt, financial freedom, and buying our first house. If that is a journey that you're interested in following, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I did say that I was going to start doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and then of course this week has been wild, so this is going to be a relatively quick video, and it's going to be uploaded really late on Tuesday. I apologize, and I'm going to work on getting better about that. So, this is going to be a really quick budget with me for July. July is going to be a 4-week budget month for us, and I am playing around with changing things around greatly. So, we did add, instead of zooming, I'm just going to move things up. By the way, I'm in a different place. I'm up in my bedroom. This is our side table. I'm just filming real fast before I get my son up to bed. So I added 2. So now there's 2 earned incomes. I had a job interview and it went really well, and we're just waiting on a background check. So hopefully we will see that in our budget soon. And then we have side hustles, and then I added a place for saved funds used. That's not going to be the same as if we pull from our savings to supplement the income. That will be if we use one of our funds over here, just so that we don't get confused putting the income in twice. Other would be if we get money from someone else. Sometimes we buy stuff for other people, or if we pull stuff from savings, because if you're new here, we do have quite a bit in our savings, and it was going to get used no matter what because my husband's income was low and I didn't have a job. So we try to just pull out from savings to get it up to $500 that we can stuff per week, because that's kind of our lowest amount that we would like to be stuffing. So all that said, this is the new layout. I am not sure that I'm in love with this yet. So I'm not sure exactly. What I may do is print them out with only having the ones that are going to get stuffed that week, so that it can fit portrait style instead of landscape, and have the font be a little bit bigger, because I feel like this is really, really tiny because it shrunk it down to fit it on the page. So like I say, I'm still playing around with it. We'll figure it out, but everything did get moved around a little bit. The cash envelopes, there's fewer of them, and the top 4 are going to be ones that we're going to let everything roll over week to week, but these top 4, when we hit the end of the month, we will pull all of that and put that towards house down payment. These 3 will not. Those 3 will either roll over, or the giving might go ahead and get donated. We now have undated long-term funds. Those are things that are things that we are trying to save up for that don't necessarily have a date attached to them. Obviously, vacation this year does have a date attached, but in the future it won't. And then new phone, computer, build, and house don't have dates attached. But as you see, I did put house here, which reminds me that I forgot to put, we do want to start paying rent again, especially once we have more income. So I need to add that back on bills. We live with my parents, again, if you're new. Then we've got undated short-term funds. So these are things that don't have a date attached, but they're short-term. And this is where we moved our personal spending, and also the kids' clothing and school are all, actually school might have already been in short-term. But these all got moved over because we don't spend out of them necessarily every single month, but we do spend out of them a lot when we do. So we don't want to have this thing over here where we're pulling the money out at the end of the month. We want it to keep rolling over month to month, just in case we need to save up for something bigger. Like I just needed shoes for my job interview. Now, luckily I did find them on clearance, but if I hadn't been able to, I would have needed more. Then we've got our dated long-term funds. These are things that have a date attached to them, and they happen once a year or less frequently. Pretty much all of them are once a year though. Except I'm seriously considering doing the 2 or 3 year registration on my car when that comes up due. And I did put them in order of date, so we'll see how that all plays out. Now obviously, like the Zoo membership, we don't actually have that yet, so I just kind of like put that at the bottom. And also COSI membership, that's our science center, and we don't remember when that actually expires, and for some reason the app is not working properly, so we'll have to ask them next time we go in. And then we've got our dated short-term funds. So these are the ones that have a date attached to them, and they happen more frequently than once per year. So the Allstate is every 6 months, and then Hulu and Netflix are both approximately 2 to 3 months apart. Actually, the Netflix is less often because we do share that with a couple of housemates, also pay that. And the reason that these are over here and not in bills is because we do buy gift cards to put onto our accounts so that we can get gas points. So all that said, we are going to go ahead and just really quickly run through what our July is going to look like, because even with all of these changes, it's going to look even different than this, because if we can only stuff $500 a week, we will not be stuffing most of these funds. We have a couple that we're going to focus on, and that's it. Now, if we do get more than $500 in a paycheck or in a week, then we will stuff all of that. What we did decide to, I will be getting paid weekly if I get this job that I applied for. And what we will probably do is stuff all of my income on the off weeks from the week that my husband gets paid. So we would be stuffing 2 weeks of my pay instead of just one, since he gets paid every 2 weeks. I hope that all makes sense. Like I say, I'm in a different place, a different location, and just everything's a little bit different. So hopefully that all makes sense. And I am going to pull my computer over because it's got all my numbers on it. And I apologize if my voice keeps going in and out because I forgot my earbuds, which is usually how I record my audio. We are going to be getting a mic soon to use for our podcast, which we were hoping to get it started this month, but that's not going to happen. So we're hoping to get it started by August. So we are looking at Prime Day deals, hopefully, to be able to get a good mic, and then I can start using that for my YouTube as well. All right, so July week 1 is going to be July 3rd through 9th. And then week 2 is the 10th through 16th. Week 3 is the 17th through the 23rd. We do budget Sunday through Saturday, even though pay is not on Sunday. That's just, we really work well with Sunday through Saturday in general for everything. That's just the way we've always preferred to do it, which is one reason I have not gotten back to planning. I did a plan with me and I liked it. It was fun, but I don't like the fact that my planner has a Monday start. I don't like it. All right, so we're just gonna do this, and I apologize. My lines are not gonna be straight, but that is okay. We'll just make happy little lines. All right, so what we are gonna do here is, all right, so our bills are going to be, I should have made a line here too. So this is going to be a little hard to follow, and I apologize, but we're working with what we got, right? All right, so we're not going to be paying rent all of July. Like I said, we live with my parents, and actually, I don't know if you can tell, but my nails are a total mess right now, and that is because I just replaced a vent cover, and so that is how we're paying for rent right now, is we are trading labor for our rent. So we are not paying rent this month. We do need to be putting money aside for Allstate because we do not want to get behind on that. So Allstate is going to be getting $40 across the board. And that's pretty much, I think, going to be what we're doing up until it's due. And then at that point, we'll see once our bill comes in. It usually comes in about 2 to 3 weeks before it's due. They'll send it with all the updated everything, and we'll see if we're off at all. And if so, then we'll either have extra, which would be awesome, or we'll need to stuff a little extra right at the very end. Verizon, we do share this phone bill with other people, but our portion of it is about $240. We were able to knock $5 off, but that's it. We looked into itemizing the bill and everything, and there's just not really anything that we can get rid of. So that's okay. We are okay with that for now, but looking into other options. All right, but for now, I messed up last month, and so we have to kind of like extra stuff the first 3 weeks. So we are going to do 65, 65, and 65. And then this last one, we're going to do 60, and that should get us off on the right foot for August bill. Then we are working on paying down some debts. We made the first debt payment this past week. It was actually the very beginning of this week. So I said this past week, but what I meant was we paid it yesterday. And we're already into this first week here. So you will see that reflected on our July look back, not June, which should be up later this week. But debt, we are across the board putting aside $80 for debt. We do still need to call and talk to the student loan people to try and get that loan rehabilitated. So, and then also I forgot, I got a PO box and I kind of forgot that that was the thing. So we are going to need to pay that. And that is going to be due halfway through July. So since I messed up, we're going to be stuffing 46 and 45, and that will be enough to pay the whole thing when it is due this week. And that's it for bills. Then groceries is our first cash envelope. And now I do want to specify, if you are new again, we stuff everything in cash. We don't use prop money, although that's probably something we might want to look into because it does get kind of tedious going back and forth. But we stuff everything in cash, but we pay almost exclusively with our debit card because we get the change rounded up to the next dollar and put into a high yield savings account. Or now I have a credit card to build up my credit score, and so we will do that sometimes. If there's a cashback bonus, then we'll use that a little more, but it still then just gets paid at the end of the month. All right, and then gas, we did, oh, I don't think I even said, we're doing $50 for groceries. We do currently qualify for food stamps, so the $50 is just for things like diapers and wipes, which we may not need very much longer. We're going to try and potty train the kids. We'll see how that goes. But things like that, and shampoo, cleaning supplies, toilet paper, paper towels, dog food, that kind of stuff. All right, gas, we did just fill up both cars, so hopefully we won't need much gas. We're not going very many places, although once I get my new job, all bets are off. So as of right now, though, we are planning for $20 per week. And like I say, this will roll over week to week. It just won't roll over at the end of the month into August. Fast food, we are upping this from last month because my husband is needing more lunches at work that are not covered by food stamps. So fast food is going to be getting 30 across the board. And then starting in August, you will see this go up again because we will have to be doing fast food now and then for dinners just because of the schedule with works, schools, all that kind of stuff. All right, so then, oh wow, I didn't put this in the right order. Okay, so we're gonna do entertainment. Is gonna get 10 across the board. Forgot to reorganize my spreadsheet after I reorganized my worksheet. And then date night is going to get 15 across the board. So this is probably not a terribly interesting video, and that's okay. Can't win them all, right? Giving, which this is what we keep. This is the only thing that we spend in cash. We keep a couple of dollars in our wallets just to give to anybody that is in need of a couple of dollars. So that's just getting $2 across the board. Miscellaneous, which is kind of our buffer for everything else, or if there's something that just doesn't fit in another category, that one is getting 20 across the board. And that is one that we are letting roll over month to month just because since it is a buffer, that's just where we're at right now, where that makes the most sense. Okay, so as far as undated funds, we have Dylan, which is my husband, me. So this is just our spending money. We can spend on whatever we want. And then we've got the kids and clothing. And those are all getting $8 across the board just because that is all we can really afford to put in there. We don't want to stuff nothing because what is life if you're not able to spend a little bit on yourself? But there's just not enough this month to cover everything. That said though, if things go well with my husband getting more hours and me getting a job, then we may be able to up this. We may be able to up pretty much everything. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's see here. What else? So basically, most of the other funds are not getting stuffed. Car maintenance, okay, so pet is going to get $9 because that's all we need to be able to cover the vaccines. And then after that, just 0, 0, 0. So my dog needs his shots. So that $9 should get us to cover our half of it because we do, my ex-husband also owns the dog and he's also our housemate. So he is paying for half and we're paying for half. And then car maintenance, we want to make sure that we are always stuffing a little bit in car maintenance. So it's going to get $5 across the board. 5 across the board. And then gifts is also going to get $5 across the board because these birthdays are about to start sneaking up on us. We are probably going to have to get smaller gifts than we would like, but that is okay. And then my husband and I have separate envelopes for our business type spending, and these we're going to put 5 each the first week, 7 each the second week, and then this is the week that Prime Day is going to happen, and we're going to pool our resources between both envelopes to try and get a mic for me so that we can start a podcast. And then just to keep the ball rolling, we're going to do $1 and $2 each the next 2 weeks. And then school, because school is going to pop up on us before we know it, and I still need to buy ink for my printer, but it's going to get 0 the first week, and then 1, and then 3, and then the last week it's going to get a whole $6. And then after that, we only have 2 other things that we're stuffing, and that is the Shudder subscription, because that is going to be due in August, so we need to stuff $6 per week to be able to get up to that goal. And then vacation, which again is not a real vacation. We're just trying to get down to see my grandma for her 90th birthday, and we would like to have close to $1,000. That's probably not going to happen, but as long as we can get a hotel, then we will be okay, because we're not a stay in with family kind of people. So the first week we're going to stuff 50, the second week we're going to do 55, and then the last 2 weeks we're going to do 110 each, and hopefully that'll be enough. We will be able to stuff a little bit in August too, to get us to our goal before we have to leave, but that is where we're at right now. This was a longer video than I intended, and hopefully my son is doing okay, because I need to go grab him and bring him to bed. So I will see y'all on Thursday, and that should be a cash stuffing. See y'all later. Bye.